I recently acquired 10 or 12 little publications called The Month at Goodspeeds. The Goodspeeds was a paper antiquities dealer in Boston, Massachusetts. I don't know if they're still in business or not. I looked and I Googled it and I couldn't find them. But these publications were done in the 1930s. And basically they were a catalog of sorts that listed items that they have and that they have for sale. Sometimes it listed a price, sometimes it didn't. In this particular September 1931 issue of The Month at Goodspeeds, I found an interesting little piece about Fort Detroit here in Michigan. So, without further explanation, on the 15th of August in the year 1812, General Isaac Brock wrote to General William Hull demanding the surrender of Fort Detroit. The British commander wrote, among other things, "It is far from my inclination to join in a war of extermination, but you must be aware that the numerous body of Indians who have attached themselves to my troops will be beyond my control the moment the contest commences." The use of Indian warriors by white leaders during the French and Indian War, the Revolution, and the War of 1812 was variously regarded right and wrong, being determined largely by the direction in which the redskin shot their arrows. Many were the tales of atrocity. Statesmen learned long ago that atrocity stories have their uses in prosecuting wars, and when such stories are broadcast for patriotic or political purposes, one may, more often than not, expect to find truth retiring in embarrassment to her bower at the bottom of the well. In the South, there were many stories of atrocity or atrocious acts committed by men whom the North believed to constitute the most respectable body of troops that ever took the field. Yet why, when we revert to the methods of persuasion employed by the Neanderthal man, should we expect to retain the manners and emotions of the court of St. James? Conventions of war have a depth of reality similar to those of the dinner table. And why should we now be more distressed by the use of savage allies on either side in 1812 than by the use of poison gas in the more recent war? We imagine that the man who has been sprayed with machine gun bullets would be indifferent to the quaint, old-fashioned ceremony of scalping. And if the slaughter of non-combatants, including women and children, in the colonial wars seems wrong, how shall we tolerate the bigger and better wars of the future, when plain, gas, and flame will conceivably bring the front into everyone's home, and the status of the non-combatant be purely nominal? The War of 1812 cartoon, which you are looking at in this video, is a reversed copy of a cartoon drawn by William Charles about 1813. Who was L.G.? The engraver, whose initials appear in the lower right-hand corner of the print. Stauffer's American engraver does not identify L.G. and lists only this atrocity cartoon as an example of his work. Fielding's supplement to Stauffer describes a map of Sackett's Harbor by Patrick May of Bristol, Connecticut. This map, published May 1st, 1815, was engraved by LGA. Torn blank corner of our copy of the cartoon has been regained, but the engraved surface is intact and the margins are otherwise good. The price is $60. Incidentally, this rare print aroused our curiosity about the War of 1812 and what William James was writing in 1817 called Military Occurrences Between Great Britain and the United States. We turn to Robert McAfee's History of the Late War, one of the